Hi, and welcome to Book Chat with Julie. I'm Julie with the North Little Rock Public Library System right here in North Little Rock, Arkansas, and welcome to my dining room table for the December Book Chat. Here we are. We're getting towards the end of the Burr months, October, November, December, and I've had a good cozy fall. It's crisp and cool. We're getting ready to go right into the Christmas festivities that we do here at our house. We spend Christmas Eve together, usually as a family, and play games, eat snack foods, open gifts, and just have fun being together all day on Christmas Eve. So welcome again for December. So the books that I have to present to you for December were some Fan-tastic reads. They're a little bit different. They're not cozy mysteries, but I have two memoirs that I would like to share with you, and they're things that I love. They're people that I love to watch. They're people that I've kind of followed over at least the last 15 years. Once I was introduced to them. But the first book I'm going to tell you, because I told you in November that I am a huge Gilmore Girls fan. And so when Kelly Bishop, who plays Emily Gilmore, came out with a book this fall, The Third Gilmore Girl, this is her memoir. And I didn't know, there were things that I didn't know. And I listened to the audio and I felt like she was just riding in the car with me talking, telling me her story. Kelly Bishop, she was in the original cast the first time Chorus Line was on stage. And this starts in the 60s when she's getting ready to leave high school and what her dreams are. It talks about her family and then all the different things that she's done on Broadway and traveled with theater groups. And then as you get towards the end of the book, she talks about being one of the Gilmore Girls. And usually when you watch Gilmore Girls, you're either an Emily fan or you're a Lorelai fan. Sometimes when I watch it, I kind of lean one towards the other. But after listening to her book, The Third Gilmore Girl, Kelly Bishop, I can see why Emily Gilmore is the character that she is and why she was chosen to play that character, because it's perfect. It's perfect for her. The other memoir that I have read and listened to the audio, both of those are read by the author, which is great, is Ina Garten. And she might be known to you as the Barefoot Contessa. She's been on Food Network for years. This again, it starts in the 60s when she's leaving high school, kind of her childhood, leaving high school, and then her dreams. And she met Jeffrey when she was in high school. That's the love of her life. And their love story alone is worth a whole nother book. But I love to listen to her. And in both of these books have pictures as they have gone through their lives. Ina has recipes and talks about when she had her store, the Barefoot Contessa, and then how she became on Food Network. And that's how you, again, know her as being the Barefoot Contessa on Cooking with Ina. Those were both great books. They're both available on Hoopla and Libby. And remember, I always tell you that. And remember, if you get a Kindle for Christmas and you don't know how to use it, call me at the library. The library has given me a Kindle to use for training purposes to help people to be able to do the audio, or mostly the ebooks, but you can get audio on a Kindle as well with your account through Libby, and then probably through Amazon as well, is usually what the account is for the Kindle. So the other book that I'm going to read this December as I'm getting ready for Christmas, kind of at night, and this is Mary Kay Andrews. Now, I've introduced Mary Kay Andrews many times throughout the years on Book Chat. She's kind of the queen of the summer books. You always start your summer with a Mary Kay Andrews novel, but she also has Christmas books, and this is Christmas Bliss, and I am anxiously waiting to come home from work with my blanket and my hot chocolate and cuddle up with that book and get through the holidays. The other thing that I've talked about in October and November was the Cottagecore Autumn. We also have Cottagecore Winter. Everybody also knows, if you know me, I think I just love all the times of the year, but I love going into winter. I love my snow days. And this is Cottagecore Winter. This is another one of the Cottagecore books that kind of take you in there. Winter's kind of a cleansing. I always call it cleansing, especially if we do get a pretty snow. It kind of cleanses everything. It kind of goes down. It quiets for a couple months as we start a new year. And that's Gazing Beyond the Holidays, Redefining the Magical Chills of Winter. So I'll have my Cottagecore winter book out, getting ready to decorate, cook, and prepare for winter. The other thing that I know that I have talked a lot about every year in book chat, and that is the Iceland tradition of opening a book on Christmas Eve, reading all night long, eating chocolates. I have my Hershey bars down there, and diving in. I tend to pick, because I'm my own Santa, I tend to pick something that's a thriller. Kind of a murder mystery, because I do read quite a few thriller mysteries, but that's usually what I pick for my Christmas Eve read. And so this year, one of my favorite authors has a book coming out at Christmas time. The last few books that she's had they always come out in the spring, so I'm excited that this one comes out, and I am going to wrap it up. I'll put it under the Christmas tree, and that'll be the book that I will open on Christmas Eve, and then I'll spend Christmas Day reading it. Since we do Christmas on Christmas Eve, that gives me Christmas Day to lay around and read. And that's J.T. Ellison, A Very Bad Thing. And it starts out right from the beginning with a murder. I'm trying not to look because I'm going to wrap it up. And it's going to be hard knowing that it's wrapped up and under the tree for a couple more weeks before I can get it opened and read. So Book Chat with Julie, it began in May of 2020. If you recall, May of 2020, the world was shut down. And I had it in my head that I needed to still get the library to people. So I designed Book Chat with Julie. Amongst some of my other coworkers, they had videos. Videos and Zooms were the way to communicate with people. I drove my van around to people's homes and turned it into a little bookmobile. I think that's how I've ended up with the job in neighborhood services now, is that I still take the library to you. I can bring the library to you. Homebound does not have to mean elderly and sick. Homebound can mean if you are in a situation where you can't get out during these winter months, then call me and let me bring the library to you. But in May of 2020, we started Book Chat. We started it here at the home. My son Jacob has been my cameraman for 55 episodes. This episode right now is our 55th episode. 2025 might look a little bit different for Book Chat. I don't know. I may be back, or I may be back in a different form. But I so appreciate every one of you that have tuned into Book Chat for 55 episodes. And I am so thankful that my son Jacob was willing to film and edit and get these out there to you. And he'll never know how much I've appreciated, and I've enjoyed your comments when you comment on Book Chat, watching Book Chat, and I like to share it through Facebook and YouTube. But again, Book Chat with Julie might look a little bit different in 2025, so be on the lookout on our social media through the library and on YouTube just to see how else I can get books to you. It may look completely different. So I thank you again. And I hope that you have a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, however you celebrate. And most importantly, as you're going into 2025, I send thoughts and prayers to all of you as we start another new year of 2025. And thank you once again for joining me for another episode of Book Chat with Julie.